Hello, friends. Welcome to Creative Medicine. In this lecture, we will learn about
Risk assessment. Risk assessment. Instructions. In the instructions before giving anesthesia, first we should see the pre-medication or fasting, and then drug modification should be done. First, pre-medication. In pre-medication, no routine pre-medication is advised. Pre-medication is done with an aim. Goals of pre-medication. 1. Pre-medication is done in order to relieve the anxiety. This relieving of anxiety is the most common goal. In anxiety can be relieved mainly by, most commonly is by non-pharmacological method is the best. By non-pharmacological method, we should assure the patient, and even if after reassurance of the patient, if the patient develops anxiety, then pharmacological method like benzodiazepines can be given. Second, in pre-medication, the second goal is to decrease the secretions. Secretions like atropine and glycopyrrolate should be decreased. Glycopyrrolate for decreasing secretions. Glycopyrrolate is used more commonly than atropine because glycopyrrolate has no central nervous system side effects. It has less cardiac side effects, and glycopyrrolate has anti-secretory property, and this anti-secretory property of glycopyrrolate is better than atropine. Goals of pre-medication. First two were already dealt, that is to relieve the anxiety and to decrease the secretions. Third goal is to decrease aspirations. Aspiration is decreased by giving medications, that is metoclopramide is given, and acid secretion prevention can be done. So this metoclopramide or decreasing aspiration, this metoclopramide medication is only used in those patients who have higher risk of aspiration. They are not normally used. Then to decrease the aspiration, we should advise the patient for strict fasting. Fasting should be done for solid foods for 6 hours. He should not take any fatty non-vegetative foods for 8 hours. The patient should not take clear fluids for the last 2 hours, and the child should not take breast milk for the last 4 hours. Goal 4. To prevent the post-operative nausea and vomiting. For preventing post-operative nausea and vomiting, drugs like ondansetron and granisetron can be given. Ondansetron or granisetron is the antiemetic of choice for post-operative nausea and vomiting. These are used in high-risk cases of post-operative nausea and vomiting. Goal 5. To reduce the infection. In order to reduce the infection, antibiotics can be used. Antibiotics are used for at least 30 to 60 minutes before giving the skin incision. Instructions. In the instructions, first pre-medications, there is no routine pre-medication. The main important goal of pre-medications are five. One, to relieve anxiety is the most common goal. We will start with non-pharmacological therapy by assurance, followed by pharmacological therapy. Then second is to decrease secretions. Decreasing secretions is done by atropine and glycopyrrolate. Glycopyrrolate is most commonly used because it has no CNS, no CVS side effects, and because of its better anti-secretory property. Then to decrease aspiration, aspiration is decreased by metoclopramide, and it is only given in those conditions or those patients with high risk of aspiration. And strict fasting is important for aspiration. Solid foods are avoided for 6 hours, fatty foods for 8 hours, clear fluids for 2 hours, and breast milk for 4 hours. And in order to prevent the nausea and vomiting, post-operative nausea and vomiting, ondansetron and granisetron has given. These ondansetron and granisetron are the drug of choice for post-operative nausea and vomiting. Then fifth is to decrease the infections. Infections are decreased by antibiotics. Antibiotics are given 30 to 60 minutes before the skin incision.
Thank you and thank you for watching.